that's hard on the ears.
Now I gotta apologize for this shirt here. I know it's got holes in the front. And I don't know how I did that. I was talking to somebody this morning about this shirt. And I said, I think it may have happened when I was changing the battery in my car about 2 years ago. Thing is, though, the holes didn't show up for, about almost a year or more. But this is just a recent thing. And I thought, well, maybe I forgot to put on my welding smock when I was welding. And I got sparks. But I would have felt it on my bare arms. Anyway, sorry about that.
Now you'll recall there's an index mark here, and once again I want to make sure that I line it up to make sure I get the same screws in the same holes, because as I mentioned, the holes that are drilled in this faceplate, for some reason they are not symmetrical. They're not evenly spaced. In other words, the distance between, say, this one and this one is not the same as this one and the next one. Weird. Don't know why, but it isn't. It's like they just drilled them at random. Anyway, get this mounted on here. Okay. I want my slip clutch so it's at the absolute minimum here. Well, maybe not that minimum. Maybe a little more. A little more. Well, you get the idea. Okay, I think we're ready to stick it back on. Now this is a little bit heavy. Usually this starts better than this. There we go. This is one bolt I sure don't want to get cross-threaded. Okay, I think it's seated. Now, there's two ways I can turn this. Let's grab a tool here. I can either do it like this, or I can go around and stand behind the lathe and be able to have better control. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, when I do it that way, I'm going to be sort of in the way for the camera. Well, maybe not. We'll see what I can do here. Well, I hope this setup is going to work so that you can kind of see what I'm doing here. If it doesn't, I guess I'll just have to be showing you the before and the after. Anyway, the plan is to start at the edge here, where right now it's basically in round, because if you remember, I had gouged out this little lip here so that the jumbo jaws could grab onto the inside. So I think I'm just going to continue on rather than starting, like here or here. I'll just continue on and work my way through until I get to the bottom. It's going to take a while. I do want to have it contoured a little. I'm just not going to go straight down. For instance, here on the outside where it's bulged out a little bit, I'll try and have it go in a little bit there. But basically, it's not going to be profiled as much as the outside of the bowl is. The inside will be more straight. However, enough talking. I'm putting off the inevitable here because I am a little bit, you might say, apprehensive. And we'll see what can happen. I'll get myself on the other side there and get my dust collector going. And the dust collector, by the way, it should evacuate the chips that collect on the inside here. It's pretty close to the bottom of the inside. So anyway, like I say, enough talking. Let's get at it. As you can see, I've repositioned everything here. The reason being is I just couldn't get in close enough to firmly hold the handle end of the chisel up against me to give it to make it steady. So I know you can't see it quite as good like this, but anyway, we'll try it again.
There is something I've got to tell you, and that is this afternoon, here in Winnipeg, one of my relatives is getting married. And if I know what's good for me, I'm going to be at that wedding and like it. Now, to be honest, I would far sooner be down here in my workshop trying to get my chisel all the way down to the bottom of that bowl. However, like I say, I better get to that wedding. So, I guess we got tomorrow written on the bottom of the bowl. Thanks for watching.